Hey guys, welcome back to another analysis video. And in this one, I'm going to be analyzing, I think, a match that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. I was watching it till almost 5 a.m. Presently where I'm living in India, and I could not get my eyes off the screen. PPRX have defeated the EMEA and removed them from the competition for the first time ever in the VCT Masters. EMEA will not be securing a top 4 spot, and the APAC region goes ahead to secure themselves another step in towards the Valorant history books. PPRX absolutely toyed around with G2 across the series, and especially on Bind, because Bind is a map that G2 consider themselves, or at least the world considers them, to be a very, very strong team. They've beaten Mech, they've beaten Fnatic, they've beaten a lot of teams on this map in their recent past, and have actually got Bind as their strongest map so far. And PPRX just play with them in a way that G2 did not even have any sort of imagination to think about that this was going to happen. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's start off by getting into the first round itself, and that is round number 4, where G2 and PPRX both have complete buys set up for them. It is going to be an A hit, but what we need to keep in mind here are two very important factors. That is Meadow, who has his ultimate ready, and he is going to be one of the key factors, which I think G2, which you will be seeing in the later round as well, where G2 actually don't really, adapt to that, what PPRX are going to be doing. And the other thing you're going to have to focus on is Forsaken, who is 1 orb away from his ult, Jing, who is 1 orb away from his ult, and Mindfreak, who is 2 orbs away from his ult within just 3 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Within 3 rounds, they've given so much pressure onto the side of G2 that they've got their ultimates in grasping hands. Now, this round starts off with the Viper Spit being activated here towards A shot, and that's exactly why G2 have got a stronger force on B. They're gonna have Mixwell try to play along on the back of site here to take care of Showers, and if need be, he can even peek towards A shot, but not required because the Viper Spit comes online. But all of this goes to absolute hell because immediately the Viper Spit, when it goes up, we can see that Forsaken and Gang are going to be taking in a little bit of an extra firing range over here. They are going to be going straight for a utility being posed off. They're trying to get Meadow off his mark, maybe try and kill him, but he somehow survives and gets back into his pit, and immediately PPRX slow down. They want to go and get what they need, and that is the ultimate orb towards A Showers. Immediately, you can see that there's 3 players walking up over there while they leave A shot completely unattended and go towards B to see if there's any sort of pushes coming in from either here or here. They take control of Shahs, which is easily given to them, which honestly I would have refrained from, because if G2 players are looking at their scoreboards, they should know that their opponents, 2 of their opponents, are 1 orb away from ultimates, and Forsaken gets it. He's got his ultimate ready, and Jing could have got it as well. So not contesting inside Showers was a little bit of a decision that I didn't really expect to come out of G2, but it does blow up in their own face. Forsaken gets it. He's got his ultimate ready. He goes into the dimensional drift, and he has got all the information he needs. He will spot out where exactly Meadows going to be. He tries to flash him out while Forsaken loses his life. Here's what you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen that there is a rotation that's come in from Hoodie, and Showers' control is being taken even though it's been smoked off. Both Jing and Mindfreak pop out, and there is going to be a trade to come here because Hoodie gets a kill. And while all of this is happening, both Mixwell and Meadow, all they need to focus on right now is towards the U-Haul position, which Forsaken forces them to. And while all of this is happening, Benkai's utility comes through. They've even got the vibe pushing in. And in between all of this chaos, while they get all these kills, there is an aftershock that comes through. There's a grenade that comes in from Jing over here. From here, he throws it all the way inside the back of U-Haul. There's nowhere the G2 players can escape from. They're completely, coupled into that little corner, and they lose their lives. And Jing goes up and about towards heaven. Now here's where it comes to a 2v2 with G2 still are in a winnable condition. But this is a decision that I did not understand, where Avova's gone towards spawn and we've had Nuki come in from a flank, which is a little far too late, because I don't know why in a 2v2 would they decide to split up against a team who are perfectionists of timing, who know how to exploit each other's bait systems, each other's positions, and eventually Avova goes in for some reason a little too early. He could have been the bait for his teammate, he could have let Nuki, and I don't know why Nuki is still walking here while Avova is already near the site. The spike has just been planted, which means they have ample amounts of time for Nuki to come in. And Avova just goes ahead, gives his life out for free, and Nuki is still towards a shot. By the time he comes in, by the time he's able to do anything, he has no idea where these players are. Information is none for them, except for the one fact that Avova saw Jing towards heaven, and he eventually just walks straight into his death. A brilliant round from PPRX, and a little bit of what you're going to see across the entire map. Their variation of the regression is absolutely brilliant. G2 are not able to handle it, and this is where they start off their winning tracks. They got 4 rounds in a row here and eventually end out the half 8-4. Alright, so the next round we're going to be talking about is round number 11, and this is again something similar to what we spoke about earlier. Again, if you look at the ultimate board, we've got Meadow ready with his Viper Spit again, which is again going to be activated towards a shot. And at the same time, within those rounds itself, look at the amount of ultimates that are ready for the side of PPRX. And not to forget that even Jing is 1 orb away from his ultimate. This is 1 round before the half ends. And PPRX put in everything into this round to win it. And the same mistake occurs again. While they know, they can see that Forsaken has his ultimate, Mixwell doubles up with his teammate over here towards U-Haul, and they've got an extra support in the form of Nuki, who, to be honest, goes practically useless because he has no value in this round here, even though he's in a good position. Now, in the early stages, you can also see that Jing has got a judge. He's playing with a judge and expecting that there is going to be a lot more resistance towards U-Haul, he goes in with it. Now here is Forsaken getting information, and the minute you can see your opponent on the mini-map, Benkai releases his fault line, and there comes even the orbital strike. 3 ultimates to kill 1 guy, and between all of this chaos, when a poor old Meadow is just trying to survive, Jing just swings in. He just flies into the site. He's got a judge here in his hands, and he even throws a grenade out to this spot to cover himself so that nobody pushes through over there expecting another player to be there. So he covers up. Both of the duelists pinch pinch Meadow right there, and Mixwell, honestly, I don't know what he was doing with an operator in this close of an angle, and he even heard the judge. And even after listening to the judge, he pulls out his headhunter and goes for a fight, which honestly, he's not going to win. Avova's made a very quick rotation with his ultimate, knowing that his team is in trouble. But because of all of this chaos, the instant rotation that's been called in, and Nuki's position still being an absolute, no use factor here, is what Forsaken uses by putting his teleport down inside the TP, not giving away a sound that he's teleported away. And that's exactly why nobody from even G2 reacts to it. They expect a weapon has fallen off, but it's actually Forsaken going through, and the Seekers are released. And the minute the Seekers are released, you can see that the one thing that happens is all 3 players from PPRX on A shot realize that they're probably close by. They push in. They've got information as soon as the Seekers are being shot, and because of these smokes, Nuki has been isolated, and he still takes a fight against the 3 players who are there on shot, and he loses his life to Benkai and eventually comes down to a 4v2. And the minute they know that the Seekers are being shot, instantly they teleport away to go towards B, because Forsaken already has control of everything they need. The site is practically empty. There's nothing they can do about it. And Well, it's a 4v2 that they cannot even hope to win. The flash from Forsaken should have given Hoodie a sound cue, but he doesn't react to it. I don't know if he didn't hear it, what happened, but Forsaken does go down eventually. Davai comes in with a flash. He just helps Forsaken out first, and then he wants to kill. Blinds his opponent. They don't give Avova a breathing chance even. They don't even let him linger around. They don't let them come anywhere near the B side. PPRX at their essential best of aggression. Just absolute domination. So the next round we're going to be talking about is round number 12, where it is the final round of the half and PPRX just continued their rampage. This time they switch up their pace towards another side of the map to try and get control of the ultimate orb again. They know every time they go into showers, it's a free ultimate orb because G2 honestly are not even contesting them. They've changed up their setup. G2 have got Hoodie and Mixwell now towards B. They have their, Viper playing towards showers now. They've put up a different Viper wall here, which is, to maybe shift up the, entire occasion, while they've got Nuki now playing towards U-Haul, expecting a push to come in, and he's playing a little passively, maybe waiting for a judge player to jump in. But none of that's going to happen because what PPRX right now care about is getting Benkai his ultimate, and Jing already has this. Now keep in mind these two ultimates are going to be the most important parts of this round. They go in extra heavy. They don't care about anything that's happening towards U-Haul. They just run straight in, find a kill, which I honestly did not understand why Meadow is still sticking around here when he's heard about 100 footsteps come in from not just Forsaken himself, his decoy as well as Jing. They are not afraid of giving away sounds, and that decoy just acts as the perfect bait because Forsaken quite literally trades off himself. Free kill for him here, and they're just playing around with the motions right now. While they've already got a man advantage, you can see that Avova's actually pushed up towards B long because he's got information from Hoodie's dog that most of this is clear and all he needs to care about is this push right here. And this is also taken care by PPRX because Davai, his role right now is to just hold on to that backstab, and now PPRX wait patiently. They wait for the side of G2 to make a mistake, and Mixel wants a kill. He wants it real bad, and this is where Benkai picks up his ultimate orb, and now they're ready to go on to the site. But all of this is a massive fake because Forsaken's already rotating around. He's going towards the B side because he knows that this is the game plan. The game plan is to fake it with two ultimates towards the A side, which is, who does that? You try to take the site, but at the same time when all of this is happening, Davai takes care of the backstab, which means that the B side is probably completely clear. Now G2 are in a mix. They're completely huddled up on the A side. Even though Jing goes down and his showstopper honestly across the entire match does nothing, they know the gig is up. G2 are slowly pushing towards short thanks to Hoodie, who suspects something. The Seekers go out and Mixwell tries to rotate, but unfortunately for Mixwell, the side of PPRX are already ready for all of this. And because he misses one very, very potential shot, he misses that shot. Mind Freak deletes him off the server. A beautiful flash from Forsaken forces Nuki off, who could have taken out Mind Freak, and that leaves Hoodie alone. And within that, Forsaken, well, he gets the plant. He's gonna get even his ultimate. And that's the round done. He spots out the last player coming in from hookah as soon as he comes back with his ultimate. It's just all a funny moment at this point, and PPRX destroy G2 with an uncomfortable attack-sided aggression that G2 are absolutely not ready for. And now we come to the defense of Bind, where PPRX are solidifying their stance towards the top 4. They've got G2 on the ropes. And even though G2 won the pistol in the consecutive round, PPRX immediately hit back, and here's where they double up their entire, stature. Now, while you can see that there is a standard PPRX setup where they try to take Show's control and go in towards one side of B to put in pressure, this is just, uncanny from the boys of PPRX. Forsaken goes in for an early peek. He throws down his decoy, which is going to be completely, taken into account by Nuki. He does get it, But what he doesn't know is that PPRX are still not going to be relenting this push. They are going back. Immediately Forsaken teleports back to side, and look at what's happening at that moment. While Shower's control is taken, they even have the ability to use Benkai's ultimate, because he's got the Rolling Thunder, and on top of which we've even got Forsaken's ultimate ready, we've got Jing's ultimate ready. The amount of ultimates that they've gathered up in this entire game has been stupendous. It's mind-blowing the way PPRX completely just have all the ultimate orbs in their control, even if they're on the defense. While all of this is happening and the control is being taken, Mindfreak goes on a little bit of an extra peek, thinking that he can get a free kill, but he gives away himself to Mixwell, who will take him down, and eventually they get U-Haul control, and they know that there are two players towards Showers. But while Forsaken has already taken control of the B side, they've got one kill here, the other kill towards B long. Both these players have died in 1v1s pretty easily. Forsaken is going to just play a beautiful 200 IQ game. He throws in his teleporter inside this TP of the map of Bind, and it goes through here. And the problem with this is, again, G2 don't expect it because they think it's a weapon. The sound cue is very minimal because of the chaos being caused by these two, and Forsaken quite literally comes on a roll over here. And also the spike positioning. Keep an eye out for the spike, because that plays a huge role in this game. Avova is just trying to cover up towards Showers, but these smokes don't cover up these people, man. They don't care. Jing goes in, gets a kill. His showstopper comes out, and before he can even do anything, Meadow does get him down. But here's where Forsaken's already made his move. And the problem with all of this is, while they have so much time, nobody from G2 picks up the spike until the nth moment. The spike could have gone down 10 seconds ago. They could have been playing the post-plant position here, but because all of this chaos is being caused by the players of PPRX, Forsaken comes through from Showers. He's got a very good timing on both of these players. Meadow's trying to hold on to this site as much as he can. And while the plant goes down, out in the open, he doesn't expect anybody to come in from Shaz. He thinks he's covered. Avova goes down, and it's a 1v2. And while it is a 1v2 that Meadow honestly looked like he could win, he teleports away, goes towards the B side, but Forsaken's got his ultimate ready. He's going to be playing around while Meadow tries to stop the push in from spawn. Forsaken comes in, he spots exactly where Meadow is, and he's going to be jumping around to just let his teammate come in and get the kill, but Meadow's a little aware of it. Flash comes through. Forsaken's pure aim is the name of the game, and they win round number 11 without any sort of, disadvantage. They've got everything in control, and even though it was a 1v1 in the end, Forsaken's just got nerves of steel to win that one. So the final round we're going to be talking about is round number 19, where PPRX seal the deal. Even though they've given away one round here, they don't really care about what G2 are doing. They care about what they're going to be doing. And here's why things are so good for PPRX. Number one, Forsaken is on the B side while he's got his teleporter on A. And that's the reason, that's for a reason, and that's the reason that he's got his operator in his hand. He's got the Y for his support, both of who go in towards B long to get a little bit of an aggressive peek, and Shower's control as usual being taken by Mindfreak. Throws down the smoke here, and what you need to note here, ladies and gentlemen, from G2 is that they are going to go for an A hit, right? This is an imminent A hit, but the one person who can probably change the game, who's got everything in his hands, he's got utility. He's got utility, he's got an ultimate, just sits outside Showers until the very last second. His utility is completely rendered useless because Mindfreak just holds him off with a smoke, and while his team is making, forward steps to, while his team is taking steps forward towards a shot, Nuki can do nothing but just watch his teammates die on the kill feed. Now, the minute Forsaken set up over here, and you can already hear the information of utility being given out by the sound cues of G2, he immediately teleports back because he knows that his teammates are taking care of this position on A short, on B short, and they've got information for days here. And this is where things get so bad for the side of G2, which I did not quite understand. Now, If you look at the screen correctly, you've got Avova smoke here and here, and the Viper wall that cuts through here, which is I don't know, because G2 could have utilized this space and this space for a smoke to cover off, for their plant, but they instead chose to go for a little bit of an aggressive smoke, which is not going to contain PPRX. If you studied them, you know they do not care about smokes. Forsaken pops out. He's a Yoru, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and he just gets away with 1 kill, goes back, nobody trades him, finds a second onto Mixwell, even almost gets away. And while all of this is happening, the chaos that's caused, everybody's focused on Forsaken, they're focused on Mind Freak. Nuki still not made a move. He's still in showers while his teammates are trying to take in the site. Now, while they've got control, Meadows on the back of site, Avova's going to be joining him here. The one thing that's happened is G2 went till here and they immediately retreated back, which means nobody's cleared out Benkai sitting here. He's just sitting with the judge the entire round, and the backstab has come in through as well. And why the backstab is not expected at all, even though the trap is broken and Mixwell was alive when the trap was broken, is because of the amount of chaos that PPRX caused on site. Now, Meadow thinks that U-Haul is clear, and while the plant goes down, he wants to go in for the Viper's ult inside U-Haul to get some control. But Benkai sitting there, and in towards A-Shot comes a flash from Davai, which is perfect, which blinds out Avova. They get the 2 kills that they need, and Nuki, the man who could have completely changed the round with 1 ultimate, comes in so late. He's got no value in this round. He has no use of anything to do now. Gets taken out. And PPRX, they completely soiled G2 on this map. While this game was a stature, a statement, a complete override of what we've seen the Valorant scene to be so far, I personally am very happy to see PPRX go through and beat G2. I was expecting this to be at least a 3-mapper. I really thought that G2 were going to pick up Bind, but this Yoru pickup, which has defeated G2, and honestly, the way that PPRX play around, I don't think any team is ready for this at this point. They are just at the mercy of what PPRX throw at them because of the variations they've got, because of the adaptability changes that they can do, and because of how good these individual players really are. APAC is in the top 4.